In the beginning, God created.
Have you ever thought about the cards you've been dealt?
Have you ever taken the time and examined life as it were a hand of cards? Some of you would look at your life and say,
I have a great hand. I want to keep all of them.
some of you would look at the hand you've been dealt and say,
These cards are rough and bitter, and if I could exchange them for a new set of cards, then I would be okay.
I have a broken arm and crooked teeth that I'm going to exchange. Oh, and a brother.
But you see, we can't trade the cards we've been given in life.
Not even the brother?
these are your cards, whether you like the way they feel or not.
Let me tell you how I feel about these crooked teeth.
Isn't it funny how in life we can look at the more uglier cards we've been dealt, the ones we don't want anyone to see? You know the ones. I'm so short. I'm too tall. Small ears.
I have such long fingers and such a long neck, too.
Hey, what's wrong with a long neck? We try to hide them.
It's pretty hard to hide being loud.
Behind the more noble, significant, prettier cards.
My parents are rich, and I have perfectly straight teeth.
Sure, rub it in.
But deep down, we know the cards have been dealt. There's no escaping it. These are our cards, no matter how we look at it. They're part of our makeup.
But we usually compare and analyze our cards with everyone else's.
Why can't I have great skin like her?
I wish I could sing like that.
He's so good at sports.
She never has to worry about her weight.
She makes everyone laugh.
Why can't we afford braces?
We wish we didn't have to deal with these cards of flaws and imperfections. We look down on them, and they make us feel like we are less than everyone else.
We tend to view these cards through one lens.
Comparison.
And we find ourselves needing a change of perspective.
Would you look at this? I knew it wasn't gonna lie down today.
I kind of like it like that.
I mean, I can't just go to school looking like this. Might as well my class start calling me Miss Porcupine or something.
I formed you. I made you just the way you are. And right now, I'm looking at one of my most prized creations.
I give up. Bald's starting to look good on me today.
You always look good to me. I love you.
Would you look at the time I'm going to be late? Why wasn't I born with one of those perfect people faces like Ariana Grande?
You know, nobody is perfect, but I love you just the way you are. You're created in my image.
Where's a professional makeup artist when you need one? No, forget that. This face needs a complete overhaul, like one of those laser peel treatments. Yeah, that will do the trick. We'll just peel it all off and start all over again.
Dear child, why do you put down all that I have given you? You are lovely to me. Doesn't my opinion count?
I'm so sick of looking at myself in this mirror. I bet everyone else is sick of looking at me too.
Not me. I never tire of looking at you. I love you.
Oh boy, this is gonna take a while. I better get started. What is the deal with this hair?
You toss and turn when you sleep. How cute is that? Each one of my creations is unique and special to me.
What is this, a zit? Not today, please. Just call me Pizza Face.
Sorry, that's life, kid. Zits come with being a teen. I think you look great.
See, here it is, God. First of all, I'm way too short. Like shorter than your average preschooler. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating this a little. Secondly, you call this hair? Were you having a bad day when you chose these ears and this nose? And fourthly, did you have to build me like my dad? What were you thinking, God? What were you thinking?
You really want to know?
Well, yeah, sure, guess.
First of all, I thought it might be nice if you and your mom were the same height. And by the way, I think you're perfect, exactly the way you are.
You do?
I made you, didn't I? And you know what? I chose your nose and those cute little ears. I wanted your hair to be just that shape. And I really like what you've done with it. I think you look beautiful.
Really?
And last but not least, if I built every person the same, you would all look like paper dolls. I have big plans for you. I want you to like how I fashioned you. I enjoyed creating you. And I chose you to be mine before you were even born. Did you know that? If you could only believe me, I know every single hair on that pretty head of yours. And
Yes? You what?
well, I just love you so much. You're so special, and I had hoped
You hope what?
that you would love my creation too.
I was created to be loved by God and to share God's love in special ways.
The cards we've been given that we deem imperfect and flawed are based on a standard that God didn't set.
When focused only on these cards, we can begin to forget that we've been created in God's image.
Then fear creeps in.
We're afraid to show the real me, the imperfect one, the one that can cause disappointment, embarrassment, shame,
We're afraid they won't accept us when they see these cards.
that people won't like us.
And friends will make fun of us,
So we want to blend in, fit in, change, so that our cards are more like their cards.
all in an attempt to feel accepted,
Loved.
like we belong.
And then we work hard to present ourselves in a way that's different than who we really are.
I remember exactly when it happened. It was years ago, but I still remember it clearly. The time I realized I could lie to my parents and get away with it.
Karen,
Yes, Mommy?
did you do something with my ears? I thought I saw you playing with them.
No, Mommy.
Are you sure?
Yes, Mommy.
You didn't lose them.
I was playing with them, but I put them back where they go.
Are you sure?
Yes, they should be there.
You didn't lose them.
I didn't know they were missing.
Maybe they fell into the trash.
That was it. Before that, I either told my parents the truth or they caught me, which never felt good. I didn't like getting in trouble, but this was a first. I lied, and she believed me. The truth was, I had lost it on the air conditioning vent in the floor. I didn't know that you could pull the register up to fish things out. We found them years later. But that was the moment. Before that, Mom knew everything about me, good and bad. It didn't really faze me when I messed up. I knew she still loved me. I'm not really sure what happened in that moment, but I felt this shame of disappointing her, and all I wanted to do was hide. And after that, something changed. It was almost like I had to lie to her. I couldn't disappoint her. If I wanted her love, I had to meet her expectation of being a good girl. Or at least, that's how it seemed to me. School isn't much different.
Can someone tell me the answer to number 3? Anyone? Karen?
Was it Niagara Falls?
It was Niagara Falls. I knew you'd get it. Your project on it was outstanding. Great job.
Thanks.
Can someone tell me something about Niagara Falls? Anyone? Karen?
So that's my school life. My teachers like me as long as I got the answers, I turn in my homework, I don't get written up or just shove to class, or even secretly text in class. I'm a good kid. I'm not lying, but it's this ideal version of me. Compliant, obedient, a good worker. Around my friends, I'm totally different.
Hey, Karen. Did you hear why Lisa went to the principal's office? She's headless again.
No, really? Ew.
Yeah, I'm sure she will be sent home. I heard her house is so dirty. That's why she gets it all the time. I can't believe they still let her come to school.
I know, right? And she was sitting right next to Heather at lunch.
Oh no, we should go tell Heather.
The thing is, I knew Lisa went to the office because she had a doctor's appointment. But Sarah's the popular one, so I just go along and I'm popular too. You get the idea. It's another version of me and not one that I'm really proud of. Sarah and my friends are alright kids. They're just also trying to fit in. They like me, I guess. But would they like me if they really knew me? Or do they just like the version of me that I put on? So that's my life. A carefully crafted version of myself presented to those people who I need to like me, or even love me. And it's awful, because my soul needs to be loved for my perfections and my imperfections. What I crave is to be known, truly known, with all my flaws, lumps, and scars, and to be loved anyways. Love isn't something you should have to perform for to get.
My perfect little angel.
Mom, I mess up sometimes. I'm not your perfect little angel.
Her most dedicated student.
Mr. Anderson, I don't really like geography all that much. I find it trivial and impractical. I'm not your brightest, most dedicated student.
You're so cool.
Sarah, I don't really get where you're coming from at the time. I don't know why you're so angry. It's actually kind of exhausting to keep up. I'm not so cool. Who can really know me from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed? Really know me. Because to be loved but unknown is comforting but superficial. To be known but unloved is my greatest fear. But to be fully known and fully loved, that's what I'm looking for.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, oh. You say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I am. And I believe what you say of me. I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me.
We've also been dealt good cards that make up our story. Think back to the time when you made your dad laugh when you were a little kid.
Tied your shoe for the first time.
Riding your bike without training wheels.
Picking wildflowers and giving them to your mom.
Your first job.
The first time you stood up for yourself.
Those cards are the ones that you're proud of.
Those are the ones we play over and over again.
Because those are the pretty cards. The ones that make us feel confident.
Those are the cards that show people that we have it all together.
It's a sad fact
But it's true.
that we really care what other people think.
Hey, look.
But what about some of the cards we've been dealt? These cards deeply affect our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. We don't even realize.
Where did they come from?
Was it coincidence? Life? God?
Some of you would say, how could an all-loving, all-caring God knowingly give me this card?
If he truly loved me, would he give me this card?
It's the card of pain.
Hurt.
Brokenness, rejection.
Rejection.
We don't want these cards to be a part of our story.
We'd rather do without them. We want to bury them, ignore them, pretend they don't exist. But they are a fact of life.
It's the cards we don't want to talk about.
But the reality is, everyone is affected by them eventually. And if we don't remember who we are, we can end up creating our life based on these cards.
You've heard the saying, he is carrying a lot of baggage from his past. Or, avoid her, baggage. But think about it, baggage. These are some of the wrong cards we've been dealt. We pick up baggage from other people by the things they do or say to us. And if we carry those hurt and pain around, in essence, we carry baggage. Everyone has baggage as a part of their story. Baggage can make us forget who we are, can begin to define us, and to shape us, and we make up stories based on the cards we've been dealt. Eventually, we believe and behave according to the baggage we carry around. We begin collecting baggage when we're just little kids.
Hey,
Hi, what's going on?
I need to talk to you.
Sure, what's up?
Well, I was talking with the gang.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were all talking and I was elected spokesperson.
What's the gang doing?
We're gonna build a tree house.
I've always wanted to build a tree house.
Well, you're not really gonna get to.
What do you mean?
You're just not gonna be able to build it with us, that's all.
Why can't I?
You don't want me to tell you.
Yeah, I do.
Well, we took a vote and you'll weigh us down.
What do you mean I'll weigh you down?
You're too fat.
What?
Yeah, for a 5-year-old, you're pretty hefty.
Mommy says I'm just chunky.
No, peanut butter's chunky. You're fat.
Mommy says I'm big bone.
Dinosaurs have big bones. You're fat.
Mommy says I lost a bunch of weight.
Well, I think you found it again.
Mommy says I'm just different.
I think you should just go back to where you came from. Bye.
stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, guess what? That's one of the biggest lies we've ever been taught. Words can cut so deep. And if we don't learn to let go of those words and remember that we are created and loved by God, essentially, what we do is we pick up baggage and carry it around. We have all been hurt by rejection. It's a painful part of our story. One that wants to force us to find our self-worth based on what other people think of us. Then it gets messy. We have to find our self-worth based on what God says about us and our relationship with Jesus. But it doesn't seem to be that easy. And as life goes on and we get a little older, we just tend to collect more baggage. Sometimes we pick up baggage from people who are close to us, like a best friend.
Hey Billy, look, I know I was supposed to call you on behalf of my best friend, but we talked for like 3 hours last night and we totally clicked. And I just really feel like you're my destiny and I want to... Destiny. I meant destiny. Anyways, I know we don't know each other very well, but I think I love you. I mean, I love you so much, I wrote a song for you. And I'm gonna sing it. Oh, Billy, you're so cool, you're my destiny. Okay, I haven't quite figured out all the words yet, but I'm working on it. Also, I was gonna take a picture of me and my guitar because I think that would be so cool. So anyways, I gotta go. Hey, what's up?
Not much. Hey, who are you talking to?
My dad.
You were singing a song to your dad? Your dad is your destiny?
Yeah, my dad, he likes music. And of course he's my destiny. He cared for me, raised me, he holds my heart.
Okay. It's just that it sounded like you said Billy.
I did. I said Billy, that's my dad's name, Billy.
But I thought your dad's name was Willie.
Billy's his middle name.
Dad's name was Billy?
Yes, so sometimes I gotta sing songs because he feels really bad about his name. So just keep it on the DL, okay?
Okay. By the way, did you talk to Billy?
The Billy you like?
My Billy.
Yeah, we talked.
And?
Well, he's not really gonna be, your Billy. He's gonna kind of be my Billy. Look, do not let this come between us, okay?
No, you look. I asked you to talk to him for me. I told you since we were kids I like this guy. Now, are you telling me that you talked to him last night and now you two are a thing?
No, it's not like that, okay? We just really hit it off. Don't let this come between us.
What do you mean, don't let this come between us? You did this.
But we're best friends. We've been best friends since kindergarten.
Did he like me at all?
He said he wants to be your friend.
He wants to be my friend. I would rather roll around on taxis soaked in lemon juice than just be his friend. What are you doing? How could you do this to me?
But we're friends forever. Please don't let this come between us.
Well, forever just got a lot shorter. You were supposed to be my best friend. Look, your friends are just trying to live life, just like you are. And they may make some poor decisions, and you may get hurt by it, but if you don't learn to forgive, truly forgive, what you'll do is pick up baggage and carry it around. You know, the truth about baggage is that we don't need other people to load it on us. We do a pretty good job of dumping it on ourselves when we compare ourselves to others. We think things like, I'll never be as popular as they are. I'll never be as talented as they are. Why can't I be as good at sports as they are? And when we listen to those thoughts in our heads, more baggage. Or we find ourselves thinking, they had it made. Or why is life so easy for them and so hard for me? I'll never make it. And when we buy into that lie, more baggage. Baggage shapes and molds our thinking and ultimately our beliefs, which then comes out in our behavior. Our story can become fractured as we try to discover who we are, only to find the pain and the weight of the baggage can be overwhelming. Sometimes we pick up baggage from people who love us dearly, but they just don't know it, cutting deep like a knife. Hey, Mom.
What happened out there today?
I don't know, I lost focus.
You lost focus? That cost us the medal. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
You lost focus?
My pick caught.
Your pick caught? How many times have we practiced at the arena at 5 in the morning before I went to work and you went to school, huh? Don't you realize what that cost us? It was a big deal, right?
Mom, my pick caught.
Your pick caught. Hey, coach. No. Yeah, we'll work on that axle. Practice tomorrow at 5, right? We'll be there. Are you crying?
No.
Stop crying. Pull it together. People are watching. Get your stuff.
I'm sorry. I lost focus. Mom?
Enough. Get your stuff. I'm gonna get the car. I'm just disappointed, okay? These are our dreams, right? Get your stuff.
Mom, I'm sorry. I'll try harder. Our parents, they don't mean to hurt us. It's just that they've got their own baggage. And when you don't deal with baggage, you pass it on. And boy, what a mess it makes. You can get to the point where you don't see the mess you leave around. And for us, if we find our identity in anything else other than Jesus, then we just collect more baggage. It gets uncomfortable, tedious. And our natural tendency is to want to dump this baggage onto someone else. But it doesn't always work out that way.
Hey, big sister, I was wondering if you could...
Time out. What did you just do? Did you just come into my room? You didn't ask, you didn't say anything. Go back out.
Can I come in?
Yes.
I was just wondering if you could drive me and my friends to school.
You are not doing this.
What?
Look, just because you and your little dweeb friends are going to be at the high school now doesn't mean that you and I are going to hang out. I don't want anyone to know that you're my little sister. Because you're a freak, understand? They look at you and they think you're a freak. And when they know that we're related, then I'm a freak too. So I'm not going to drive you to school. I don't care if you walk, if you crawl. I don't really care how you get to school, but I'm not your chauffeur, understand?
It's not my fault that Dad left. Why do you keep taking it out on me?
Whatever.
You know it's true. You've been acting like this ever since he left.
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm not taking it anymore.
What? Oh, come on.
No, you are not dumping it on me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're not sorry. You're just sorry I called you out. I'll just ride my bike.
Hey, I said I'm sorry. And in the middle of dumping some baggage off on someone else, you only end up picking up more. So we live our lives creating our story based on the baggage we carry, hoping we get it all figured out, hoping no one can tell that we don't. I don't know about you, but I so desperately want someone to look beyond the baggage, beyond the mess that we leave around and see the real me, the one I know is there, the one that was created before time began. And as I prepare to write the next chapter of my life, with the cards I've been dealt, baggage in tow, I come across a faint glimmer of light in the midst of the darkness I feel. A moment that connects my story with Jesus' story, and his story becomes mine. A melody echoes inside, drawing me to a place of remembrance. I was created to be loved by God. That's all I need to hear. Then what can we do? What are we left with? Hide behind the more glamorous ones? Color over them? Stick them in our back pocket? No. For all our cards matter if we like them or not. And it doesn't help to pretend they don't exist. We can't change them, but we can handle them in a way that will always come out on top. Let's face it, there's always going to be a struggle in how we think and feel about the good and the bad cards. This makes me feel great. This makes me feel bad. I like this about me. I don't like this building. It can feel like a roller coaster, up and down, all around, back and forth. Our mind racing, our gut feeling like we can throw up. What to do? We stop and we remember. We remember who we are and whose we are. I was created to be loved by God.
We need a friend to lend a hand, to encourage us and remind us who we are.
And in the midst of uncertainty and fear tells us to hide.
We face that fear head on.
And we don't give up.
Wow, what? I just thought at one point, at one point, what? Things would be better. Yeah, me too. Your eyes. Well, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And your hair. Well, it's humid out. Humidity and lack of sleep cannot explain your fashion choice. Well, I thought it would be flattering. It's not. But the magazines said magazines aren't talking about girls who look like you. Yeah, I know. Do you? Well, I was made in God's image. Okay, then why do you try so hard? What do you mean? The new haircut? The new clothes? You're even wearing makeup. Well, I thought it would help. It doesn't. I thought this year was going to be different. A new school doesn't change the fact that, what? The fact that you look like you. You'll always look like you. But I want to look like me. No, you don't. Believe me. I see you every day. Nobody wants to look the way you do. Well, I want to look like a prettier version of me. There's no such thing. Linda? What are you doing in here? Just checking my makeup. You look great. Thanks. Really? The new outfit? The haircut? You look great. Well, maybe I'm trying too hard. Who told you that? You really do look nice. Your voice doesn't get to define you. But once you recognize it, you can choose who you're going to listen to. We're gonna be late. I'll meet you outside in a second. This year will be different. How? This year, you don't get to define me. I'll always define you. My God defines me. You're just a piece of glass.
I was there on the day that your world changed. You were scared and prepared for the heartbreak, everything you knew
opening this town's ever seen. I'm going to put this place on the map. This is going to be the best night of my life.
Unless it's not. I mean, I've never opened up a restaurant before. Do I even know what I'm doing?
Of course I know what I'm doing. I am an award-winning chef. People eat my food and tell me they think it's what heaven would be like. And I have secret sauces.
But I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't have bought that meat that was on sale. I mean, like, why was it on sale? Is it going bad? Everyone's gonna get E. coli. Ruin!
I'm overreacting. It's just nerves. Very normal. Everyone here is gonna love this place. We got so many positive responses on social media. They've been nothing but supportive. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing some of my old high school friends. Tara Keefe, Missy Cortez.
I forgot about Missy Cortez! Did she move back here? She moved back here. She is such a successful businesswoman, I'm going to totally embarrass myself. She probably still looks amazing, so confident and well-spoken. Remember how we always get tongue-tied around her? I look like such a loser!
Like all get it together. I'm a success. Everyone here knows that. I know that. My designer really nailed it. I turned this old building into a beauty.
But the termite report was a little worrisome, and the sewage system is questionable at best. I mean, if people do end up getting E. coli, the toilets are not going to handle that.
Everything's fine. The toilets haven't been backed up since last Wednesday. And the front of the house is in very capable hands. Nothing gets my friend. I totally trust him.
Except he did say he wants to talk about something important. What if he quits? No. What if he has been acting weird lately? Like he's hiding something. I never trusted that guy. He might sabotage this whole thing.
That must be today's delivery! Everything's right on schedule. I'm having trouble breathing. I can start making my
Don't discount the fact that God has a purpose for all of the cards in our life.
God wants to use disappointing cards as well as the ones that fill us up with hope and joy.
To God, they aren't just a bunch of both good and bad cards. When He looks at them, they're just cards. They're just cards. Cards that are a part of our story. Cards that reveal that we are a part of His story from before time began.
When we remember this, we can see things differently. From His view, the cards dealt to us aren't meant to crush us, but to help shape us.
From His view, rich lessons are to be learned from God's kingdom.
From His view, you could be given the best hand you could have ever imagined.
As for me, I'm going to use all of the cards that I've been dealt. And when I'm dealt cards that I would rather not have, I will take a moment to remember. I was created. So remember.
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 I was created. I was created. I was created. I was created.
I was created to be loved by God and to show God's love in special ways.
I was created.
Me.
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 We were created to be loved by God.
And to show God's love in special ways.
Just like God made the trees.
God made me.
And you.
He made us.
He made the fish that swim. And the birds that sing. But I was His favorite of all created things.
When my story gets hard
Scary.
Sad.
painful, and tries to make me forget, I will remember that I am
Strong. Creative. And caring.
I remember that I am loved.
When I remember.
When you remember.
When we remember.
Our lights shine for all the world to see, a little picture of who God is.
I show His love when I sing.
When I love my cat.
And when I show mercy.
When I shine my light, it helps everyone around me to remember
That we were all created to be loved by God and to show God's love in special ways.
When I shine my light, I remember that this is me.
A stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. Sharpest words wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send a blood, gonna drown a mind. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come.